Hey guys, in today's video, I'll be teaching you how we use a suction cup mount in conjunction with the gimbal to get smooth tracking shots of our automotive subjects. We're actually going to be showing you two mounting options. One is where you'll be using a triple suction cup mount. The one we're using here is the Fat Gecko with the 3 suction cup mount. And whenever you do it like this, you will do it in conjunction with a gimbal of your choice. And just so that you guys know, links to all this stuff will be in the description down below. That way, if you want to run the exact same rig, you can do that. The triple suction, the dual suction, and this ball head will be in the link down below. You will need a ball head if you're going to dual mount it, because that's going to give you the flexibility that you need to use both your lower and your top/rear tripod mounts to get completely autonomous shots. So for this first mounting option, you're going to use the triple suction cup mount, and you're going to need the use of your driver's left arm, or if you're in a right-hand drive country, your right arm. Just whichever arm you stick out the window. I don't care which one you use. So you'll mount your gimbal right here, and with the top handle, they have the ability to turn and move it and frame it on the fly. Like I said, this is a lot more flexible, but you will need the arm of not only a good driver, but someone that understands the shot you're going for, as well as a good camera and gimbal operator. So it's only as useful as the actual people running the equipment with this shot. So the next way that you can use these suction cup mounts is if you have 2 of them. You can use a triple and a dual suction cup mount and mount both the bottom and the back or rear tripod mount on your gimbal to be completely autonomous. You have to go lower speed on this. It's more apt to get wind movement in it, but it is good for rear shots, nose shots, and completely autonomous shooting, to where you don't have to have someone that's familiar with using the equipment. You can just hook it up and go. Again, you need to understand the limitations of the gimbal that you're using, because you will be having to fight the micro jitters of the suspension in the vehicle during this shot. For the single mount system, where you're gonna need your driver's arm, or if you're running a 3-man crew, you can have your passenger do this for you. That way they're not having to hang all the way out, but you still have good control of the system. Is you're going to mount the bottom of the gimbal, and you're gonna frame it as best you can for the final shot that you're wanting to get, and crank down on all these to get them as tight as you can. I don't like to run it straight vertical. I like to have it at an angle like this, because that mitigates a lot of the wobble, that lets the gimbal do its job of actually using these motors to smooth it out. If it's straight vertical, there's not a whole lot the gimbal can do, and you're gonna pick up a bunch of shake. So run it at an angle. But because of that angle, once you load it with the camera weight, it is gonna start to slowly fall down, especially as you're driving, wind's hitting it, you're hitting bumps, it's gonna slowly start falling down, and that's why you need someone to hang onto this handle. And if you guys notice, this is the factory handle that comes with the Gimbal S. We're using this one right here. I'll put a link down below. It gives you about another inch and a half of hand clearance, so that you're not banging up against the motor with your knuckles. And it's also a lot more secure, and it is built for this gimbal, so it does still have the locking pin, and you also have some 1/4-20 mount points for audio, monitors, etc. So when you're setting up the dual mount system, the way that I like to set it up, and the way that I would recommend, is to go ahead and get your triple suction locked in place, get the gimbal locked into the bottom mount, and get it tight enough to where it's not falling, but loose enough to where you can work with it. Then you're going to screw in the dual suction with the ball head at the back. That way you can get that tightened in, and then adjust where you actually want to set your suction cup mount, and then crank everything down, and you're nice and locked off. So guys, that's how we get smooth moving shots with the suction cup mounts and a gimbal. Like this video if you like it, subscribe to stay on top of all my new content, and thank y'all for watching.